If you are looking into solar panels for your property right now, the math has shifted, and almost all the advice from just a few years ago no longer matches the financial reality of 2026. The main reason why is the 30% residential clean energy credit. That federal subsidy reduced upfront costs, but expired in 2025. Because of this, outdated internet calculators run on ghost numbers, subtracting 30% and creating massive false expectations. This leaves homeowners and business owners in Sunbury with an obvious question. With the federal subsidy gone, does installing solar panels still make financial sense? The short answer is yes, solar is still highly viable. But to find the true long-term value in 2026, you must abandon standard online estimates and look closely at the customized physical variables of your specific property. As a baseline, Energy Sage reports that the average installed solar cost in Ohio sits around $2.73 per watt. But relying on a flat package price based on that state average is a flawed way to plan your budget. Calculating true value requires exactly sizing your system to your actual energy usage. You need a 12-month audit of your electric bills, rather than designing a system based entirely on one high summer air conditioning bill. This chart compares energy production against consumption to show the financial penalties of incorrect sizing. If your system is undersized, you remain dependent on the utility company. If you oversize the system, you bloat your upfront costs without generating any extra usable value. The next variable is the physical canvas holding the panels, your roof. Solar panels produce power for decades. Installing them on a roof that will need replacing in 5 years creates a massive hidden cost because the entire system has to be removed and reinstalled. Here in Sunbury, local weather adds pressure to that canvas. Freeze-thaw cycles, heavy snow shedding, and high winds demand strict structural evaluation before a single panel is mounted to your shingles. Ignoring the physical baseline of the property guarantees an expensive repair down the line. An aging roof or a poorly sized system turns a seemingly cheap initial quote into a long-term financial trap. Beyond the roof itself, the immediate environment surrounding your property dictates the specific hardware you need. Mature trees, prominent chimneys, or taller neighboring buildings create localized shading patterns. Even a small amount of shade cast across your roof at the wrong time of day will choke your energy production. This diagram shows why that shade determines your inverter technology. On the left, you can see how a single shaded panel can shut down an entire standard string inverter circuit. On the right, a roof with complex shading uses advanced microinverters, so one blocked panel leaves the rest of the array producing power. Battery storage is another major variable. Batteries add significant upfront cost, and they should really only be factored into your estimate if you specifically require backup power for critical loads during grid outages. The final variable in the equation involves the grid itself. Ignoring Sunbury's specific utility interconnection rules, net metering updates, and local permitting requirements often leads to sudden, unexpected project costs right before installation. Older homes and small businesses might even require complete electrical panel upgrades before they are legally permitted to connect a solar array to the grid. Standard internet quotes completely ignore these necessary hardware adjustments and grid constraints. A mathematically sound estimate has to factor in your exact equipment needs, local shade conditions, and utility loss. When you combine all these variables, the contrast is stark. The old, easy tax credit math is gone. Today, finding true value in your solar project comes down to precise, physical customization. In fact, an unusually low upfront sticker price is often a warning sign. It usually indicates that the installer's estimate is ignoring shading issues, remaining roof life, or proper equipment sizing. This 20-year cost projection chart illustrates the difference. A system built on generic estimates spikes violently with future repair costs and lost production. A customized system yields a vastly superior return on investment by avoiding repairs and maximizing daily power production. Solar power in Sunbury remains a highly practical and financially sound decision in 2026. Provided you stop guessing with outdated internet calculators and get a professional local evaluation. Before you decide whether solar is worth it for your home or business, schedule a solar panel installation consultation with Solar Panel Services Sunbury. We'll evaluate your roof, estimate your system size, explain the cost factors, and recommend a practical solar solution for your property.